Welcome back! So things are slowly starting to fall into place. For instance, we now know that our murder victim, Mr. Ratchet, is responsible for the kidnapping and murder of Daisy Armstrong. But if that ain't enough, Daisy's mother died of a miscarriage and lost her unborn baby. And if that still ain't enough, the nanny committed suicide because of how guilty she felt. So Ratchet is not responsible for just one death, but at least 4. That puts our murder victim in a different light, doesn't it? Now, let's continue and solve a case of murder.
I waited for the forensics team, then went into the station to write my report. I was officially off the case.
Thank you, mademoiselle. That obviously cannot be the completion of your story. If I might ask a question?
Of course.
Who was Ratchet? Ratchet was Noah, Mrs. Moreau's boyfriend, was Michael Clark the reporter. What did that Ratchet look like?
Michael Clark, the reporter. He was Ratchet?
Absolutely. I was the only law enforcement official to question Clark. I knew this wasn't his first kidnapping.
You looked for similar cases. What do you Americans call the MMOs?
Means, motive, and opportunity. Yes, I looked for someone in plain sight. Someone on the edge of a kidnapping case. Someone in plain view, keeping track of the investigations. An innocent witness, a concerned neighbor, even another reporter.
And eventually you found a name behind an alias.
Yes, I found a name.
Cassetti.
Cassetti, the real name. The real name of the man you call Ratchet is Cassetti.
This explains much, mademoiselle, but not all.
It explains why she is our number one suspect.
Doesn't.
Not how she came to be on this train. Attends, she has grown pale.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Excuse me, Mr. Poirot. I don't feel very well.
You are exhausted and still feeling the effects of the drug. Stay with us, mademoiselle. One more effort. I need to know your recent movements.
I snuck aboard the train.
This I observed. You came directly to this room?
Yes, and other than a couple of careful trips to the ladies yesterday, I never left this room. I didn't want to be spotted by Ratchet. Yesterday, I chatted with my roommate, Miss Schmidt, I think, here in our room. She brought me some dinner. I got very sleepy and nodded off.
So did she give me something?
And now she nods off again.
She
Is
nods
this
off
a
again.
Joke? She must be faking, so we can't interrogate her further, Poirot.
No, Book. She really seems to have fallen asleep again. It is my fault. She must have been given a dangerous dose of sleeping pills last night.
I
The
agree.
effects should wear off soon, I hope, but I am afraid asking her to tell us her story was too much for her.
Pinch her, Poirot. She's
Yeah,
faking.
sure.
Her eyes are dilated. She is not faking, and there will be no pinching. Dr. Constantine, please stay with her. Monsieur Book, ask the other passengers to gather in the dining car. There are still many questions I need to ask.
But all of them together? Won't someone overhear you questioning the others?
I will speak softly because I am trained to do so. They will speak softly because they want to.
Very well. I will do as you say.
Thank you, finally. That book just cracks me up. Pinch her. She's faking. He's like, if he were a detective or an investigator, he would be very bad at his job. Constantly suspecting the wrong people. So funny. So we just asked Monsieur Book to gather all the passengers in the dining car after this lady told us a little bit more of her story.
I'll stay here to watch over Miss Locke.
You do that. And also I'm wondering, because when we found Ratchet, his body, why can I keep looking outside? I don't understand. Nothing changes here, does it? We found his journal with him meeting with someone in Vienna. So I'm wondering, do we get to go to Vienna with Mrs. Locke? I mean, has she already been there? And also, do I need to look for mustaches? 2. So that's not a lot. And also I wanted to say, I have been getting some comments recently from you guys and I absolutely love it. First, it's really nice to, I'm recording this and I'm playing this and I hope it's fun to watch, but you never know. So when you guys watch, like, and comment, that's really a compliment for me. And secondly, I wanted to say, if there's ever anything you feel like could be improved or be better or just changed, or you have suggestions, just let me know, because how else am I ever gonna get better? Well, as long as it's a realistic suggestion and not, I don't know, maybe me getting drunk before playthrough. Although honestly, I might even do that if it's funny. But you get the point. I can speak with you. Who are you again? Where are my characters? No, keep pressing the wrong one. Over here. This is Schmidt. Oh, and she gave that food to Mrs. Locke. So she is suspicious.
I hope we will be leaving soon.
Oh, that's all she says. Why does she have that doll? So do I maybe need to do something before I can speak with her? Hey, mustache! First one, this chapter.
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with all those mustaches? Are you gonna put them on display? What are you guys doing? Oh, he's making oranges. Orange juice.
I should go and interview the passengers in the restaurant car.
But why is this man helping? Keep entering this room and I really don't want to because it's just junk. Don't know why. So let's interview some passengers. There's no one here. He said he would gather them. Or are they gonna come one by one? That's funny.
The passengers who agreed to come and talk to you are assembled, Poirot.
What do you mean
Mr.
agreed?
Masterman is already here to answer your questions.
Perfect. Thank you, my friend. Sit down, Monsieur Masterman, please.
Thank you.
Please do.
Does the name Cassetti mean anything to you?
No, should it?
Have you heard of the Armstrong kidnapping case?
Of course. It was all over the news a few years ago.
Your employer's real name is Cassetti. He was the man behind that kidnapping.
Mr. Ratchet was... He murdered that poor little girl?
Did you not know?
Mr. McQueen, the man you worked for is a kidnapper named Cassetti.
What? What kidnapping?
He murdered his victim, a child named Daisy Armstrong.
The Armstrong kidnapping?
You had no idea of Monsieur Ratchet's real name?
Damn skunk.
Why are you so upset?
My father was the district attorney who handled the case, Mr. Poirot. I saw Mrs.
Interesting.
Armstrong more than once. She was a lovely woman.
So he is
gentle
connected.
and heartbroken. If ever a man deserved what he got, Ratchet, or Cassetti, is the man. He didn't deserve to live.
Sounds like a motive to me.
Madame Olson, have you heard of the Daisy Armstrong case?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was only 2 years ago. It was famous.
Maybe so, but it was not famous in Spain, where I have been helping the refugees from Africa.
You've never heard the name Daisy Armstrong?
No, never.
Daisy Armstrong?
No.
No.
No. No.
Nobody?
Yes. It was all over the English tabloids before I went to Jordan. A horrific crime that claimed the lives of an entire family and their wrongfully accused nanny. That's right, isn't it?
Quite so.
I thought the culprit had been punished.
Some might say that the culprit was punished last night.
Oh, my heavens.
May I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I get to do something. I was like, how long is this gonna take? Are we just gonna see everyone saying, no, I don't know. Well, if you're a detective in real life, then probably all the suspects will deny stuff. Jordan?
You were in Jordan?
Yes, I was an English tutor there to the children of a high official. Until recently.
What happened? Are you not gonna ask that, Poirot?
You read about the crime, as you said, in the tabloids.
Yes, that's right. For weeks, news of the royal family was eclipsed.
Have you ever been to the United States, mademoiselle?
No, never. Jordan was really my first trip abroad.
Yes, I wanna know this. Are you having a romantic relationship with him?
What is your relationship to Captain Arbuthnot?
Who?
A former soldier
Who?
traveling with us. You must have met him.
She
Ah,
did.
yes, I met him on the platform in Istanbul. We only had a brief exchange of pleasantries, nothing more.
Confrontation.
British Reserve and all that.
Ah, the British Reserve. Yes, with this I am familiar.
I knew it. So this is a lie. This is a lie. It's all a lie. I don't talk to strangers in general. Well, that could be true. Should I choose this one?
Are you sure everything you have told me is accurate, Mademoiselle Debenham?
Of course.
It's not. Earring at the hotel. Do I still have it?
Mademoiselle, I know that you met Captain Arbuthnot at the Tocatlion Hotel.
You were spying on me.
No.
I am very attentive to my surroundings. It helps in my
That's
profession.
kind of
I-
spying.
Well, it's your word against mine.
I had occasion to be of some assistance in recovering Captain Arbuthnot's train ticket. While searching his room, I also discovered one of your earrings.
That we did.
Whatever your relationship may be to the good captain, I doubt it has anything to do with British Reserve.
Me too.
You will not tell me your secret, mademoiselle?
I can't. I don't know what you mean.
Poirot, Miss Debenham's got nothing to do with this business.
How
nothing.
convenient.
You hear?
Go away. Whoa, what do I need to do? Step back or bend down? I don't know. Whoops, that was wrong.
Archie, stop.
Captain, no. This behavior is unworthy of an officer and a gentleman.
Leave her alone. Have you no honor?
Archie, we should go.
Why that
Captain
nickname?
Arbuthnot, I am certain you are a brave soldier, but you are a poor actor. The truth is that
Why did he lose control? I think they are lovers.
your relationship with Miss Debenham is beyond doubt, Captain. Your reaction was apparently that of a man trying to protect the woman he loves. I might understand that if your relationship was some cleverly disguised secret, but it is not. You make puppy dog eyes at one another at every opportunity. You cannot hide your love. Everybody knows.
I advise
Everybody?
you to stop with your accusations, Mr. Poirot. I'm going to escort Miss Debenham back to her compartment. Make of that what you will.
I will.
The
I already know
captain
enough.
and Mademoiselle Debenham are obviously adamant about not revealing their relationship, but this scene convinced me there is more that is not so obvious.
This murder has everyone on edge. In my 25-year career, I have never seen such madness aboard the Orient Express.
I understand, my friend. The more we learn, the more perplexing this train ride becomes. But we have other clues to pursue.
We do?
What do you have in mind?
The broken watch on Monsieur
Ah.
Ratchet's wrist, for example, and the handkerchief found near the body. Who does that belong to?
So
This
forgot about
little
that.
drama we have just witnessed has not put you off the scent.
Far from it, my friend. Will you return to your watch over Mademoiselle Locke?
Yes, I will. Dr. Constantine can probably use a break.
Good.
Au revoir, Poirot.
Alright, so what now? The watch broken at 1:15. New mystery discovered. What's not new? We already knew that. The handkerchief? Hypothesis about the watch. So I have to do a mind map? So I wanted to say I'm still recovering from being sick. I don't want to nag about it, but if I sound different still, that's the reason. Who owns it? Which letter is embroidered? The letter H. But there are a lot of people called
I'm
with
right
H.
again. That happens to me a lot.
Was that all I had to do? Oh. 7 people to be identified. Who could it belong to? So I just have to look at whoever has an H in their name. So, but that is Hubbard? Hector? Why would he have a handkerchief like that? I would say it's a female. Mrs. I don't know her first name. Hildegard? Hartman? Is that it? can't confirm, so there have to be more. Or do I have to deselect? No. 7 people. 3, 4, 5. 2 more.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Maybe Debenham.
I do not think
No.
that's the right answer.
Who then? That's weird. It's because I don't know his first
That's
name.
the right answer.
But to be fair, a guy wouldn't have a handkerchief like that, would he? That would be weird. With unknown first name. Oh, I get you. Alright, so that's why they are suspicious. And suspect whose names begin with H. But could it also be a middle name or something that we don't know? What are 3 hypotheses about Richard's watch? Shows the time Richard was found dead, could be. Fell asleep, time of murder, was tampered with, when the murderer fled. These 3?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
Oh, I read it wrong. Found dead.
Consider all the possibilities.
No, that's not. That's wrong. Out of adjustment before the murder. This could also be.
Yes, there are only 3 possible hypotheses. The watch has been tampered with, or it is out of adjustment, or it indicates the time of the murder. I shall explore these last 2 possibilities before reaching any conclusion.
What do you mean last 2?
If the watch is out of adjustment, it may be broken. There may also be another reason related directly to Ratchet. Maybe the watch is set to another time zone.
That could be. Smart thinking, Poirot. Did not think of that. What is the detail that could indicate that the watch was not already stopped before the crystal was broken? I don't know that.
No, not good.
What am I supposed to do?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
Does this is ticking?
The watch was not defective because the second hand is still moving.
Ah,
My little gray cells did not let me down.
well, I'm not a watchmaker. How am I supposed to know that? If Ratchet is dead at 1:15, what information is contradictory? Someone impersonated him at 12:37. That's for sure. No, that could be, but that's because that's before. Although, why would you do that? He's Richard Olsen saw Richard alive at 10:40. Could be this one.
That was easy.
It was also a little bit of a guess. Time zones. In which time zone is Istanbul located? Well, it's in Turkey, so that's +2.
Nice.
Is the Orient Express currently located? I don't know, where are we? Are we at Vinkovsky? So +1?
Right. If this theory is correct, then the murder took place at 12:15 a.m. I must interrogate all the passengers to see if any of them have an alibi for this hour.
Shouldn't you have already done that? Checked alibis, isn't that the first thing you're supposed to do? Cross-check known alibis. Who are the people whose alibis overlap? I don't know. Do I need to remember that? Whose alibis overlap? What alibis do I have? Alright, these with Mr. Foucher, I think, because they were playing games. The doctor was speaking with Mr. Book because he was annoying him with facts about the train. Mrs. Debenham and Arbuthnot. Was Arbuthnot speaking with him? I think so, with McQueen, and she with Miss Olsen? That's right.
That's the right answer.
I'm surprised I got that right because I don't remember everything. Few passengers left, 6. Missing alibis of Mr. Foscarelli, Mr. Hartman, Princess Tagromirov, Mrs. Smith, and the Count and Countess. Yes, I haven't spoken to the Count and Countess at all. After my talk with Miss Debenham, I could see that they are having an affair that they wish to keep secret. Yeah, but why? Why does it need to keep secret? Stay secret. Right, so that's what I need to do. So do I need to go back to the rooms? Because they all fled back to their rooms, apparently. They only came down, sit down and said, no, I never heard of it, and that's it.
Monsieur Foscarelli, I would like to ask you a few questions, if you allow me.
Ah, Signore Poirot, is it? I was wondering when you'd get around to me. Unfortunately, you find me on a mission of mercy.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. Sorry, we have a small problem.
Again.
The orange juicer has broken down and I can't fix it. Mr. Foscarelli has kindly offered to help me.
Do I
It
need to
isn't
do
the
it?
car engine, but I am doing my best.
Even with the two of us, we can't manage.
Let me guess. You call upon Poirot to help.
I'd be happy to answer your questions when we finished.
Also, that accent sounded really fake to me. I don't know any Italian who speaks like that heavy. I think he's faking it. What do I need to do? I don't know. Oh, it's a game like this. I've played this before. So you have to put these thingies in the right position so that this one is turning and at the end it goes all the way to this one.
Voila, it should work correctly now.
Did it. So you guys couldn't do that, but I could. Now will you answer questions?
Bravo! I should stick to automobiles.
Well, now we can talk calmly. Monsieur Foscarelli, is it?
Antonio Foscarelli, delighted, Monsieur Poirot.
You have, of course, heard about Ratchet's murder last night.
Oh, naturally. It is all anyone is talking about.
Let's start with the alibi, because to me that's the most important.
Can you tell me your movements on the night of the murder?
I went to bed right after dinner, but I slept very badly. My roommate, Mr. Masterman, had a toothache. Oh, he moaned all night. It woke me up several times.
I believe
Did
that.
you hear anything or notice anything unusual?
No, nothing that I can think of. I stayed in my bed all night.
So that doesn't really sound like a good alibi to me.
Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, it has been a primary market for our cars for the last 10 years.
You remember the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The name, yes? It was a little girl, a baby, was it not?
Yes, a very tragic affair. Did you know that Cassetti, the kidnapper, was actually Ratchet?
Oh, no, then he deserved to die. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Spoke too soon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Foscarelli.
I'm sorry I couldn't help more, Signore. I remain at your disposal if you should need me.
You're not sorry at all. I don't believe that. You're hiding stuff from me. So far almost everyone is suspicious.
Thank you so much, Monsieur Poirot. I can put orange juice back on the menu.
Because that's the most important thing, not that somebody was just killed, apparently. Can I speak with her now because she poisoned our detective?
Enchanté, mademoiselle. You are Hildegard Schmidt?
I am, jawohl. And you, I know, are Herr Poirot.
Correct. May I ask you for a few minutes of your time to answer a few questions?
With pleasure, but first may I ask for your help?
Again.
Oh, why does this not surprise me?
I don't
I don't know, she says.
I am at your service, Fraulein.
My mistress, Princess Dragomirov, has asked me to open this traditional Matryoshka doll. There is a trinket inside she must retrieve.
Madame, in my experience, each Russian nesting doll simply pulls apart to reveal the next one inside.
True that.
Indeed. Yet try it for yourself.
As you wish.
Ah, you are a gentleman.
Seems like all these people are just trying to give me busy work. What am I supposed to do? Oops. Oh! I thought I would have to take it off. Reveal another one inside, but I guess it's not that simple. That's one. So next one. Is it the same puzzle? It is. This already seems right. Oh, I did it. I didn't even see what I did. I was just thinking, how am I gonna solve this? Just to clear this one up, you have to follow the pattern that's shown on the inside of the previous level. I got it right by accident though. Yes, what is this doll? Is this what she needs? To my dearest friend.
The inscription reads, "To my dearest friend."
Who could that be?
Oh, thank you very much. This doll reminds her of her youth in Russia. It was very hard under the Soviet regime,
I believe
but
that.
thanks to her strength of will, she rose to be the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg. Even though she now lives in Berlin, it is said that the Kremlin still fears her.
She must be a formidable woman indeed. You are her maid?
I am her companion. I help her in her daily tasks, and I keep her company.
Sounds like a maid to me.
Forgive me. You will have heard of Ratchet's murder last night.
Yes, of course. Everyone is talking about it.
Let's start with the alibi. And also the handkerchief, because don't I know? No, she's named Hildegard. So it could be hers.
Can you tell me how you occupied your time last night?
Just after we left Istanbul, I had tea with my roommate, Fräulein Locke. I went to dinner with the princess, and when I returned to my compartment, Fräulein Locke was already asleep. A little later, Herr Michel, the conductor, came to get me because Madame la Princesse needed my help. Her back troubles her. I massaged her for about an hour.
Are we
Do
gonna
you
get a
remember the time?
confrontation?
I'm sorry, I do not mind her.
Because she says Fräulein Locke was already asleep, but she told us that she gave us something to eat.
Have you lost a handkerchief embroidered with an H, madame?
Oh, no, monsieur.
I thought perhaps since your first name is Hildegard.
It is not mine, I tell you. I could not afford something so nice. I have no idea who it belongs to.
My apologies, I did not mean to alarm you.
Yeah, that's suspicious that she reacts that way. Back.
Thank you for answering my questions, madame.
So you're not gonna confront her that she maybe poisoned our friend? Do you want to keep that to yourself, maybe? I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just going this way. I don't even know why. It was in 205. Do I need to knock on all the rooms?
Monsieur,
Oh, they are.
I am Hercule.
I know who you are, Monsieur Poirot. What do you want?
need
Answers
to be
to
rude.
a simple question or two.
All right, but quickly. My wife is quite ill. I would like to stay by her side.
I promise. First of all, I imagine you know about the murder.
Of course. The Countess is terribly distressed.
Your full name?
Rudolf Adreni,
Your home is?
Budapest.
And how do you come to be aboard the Orient Express?
I am a Hungarian diplomat. My family has represented our homeland since the revolution from the Soviet Union in 1956. I was on my country's business in Istanbul. Business which I cannot discuss.
Seems
And
very
your
angry.
wife often accompanies you on your diplomatic mission.
Yeah, that is
Yes,
weird.
and why not? Was there anything else you wanted to know?
A lot of stuff. Why are you so angry? You seem very angry for a diplomat. Hungarian, he said. He is a diplomat. I don't know, 34?
Et voilà.
Doesn't a diplomat need to be a little charismatic and friendly? I don't know. Alibi.
Can you tell me how you spent last night?
I was in our compartment with my wife. She went to bed early. I played a video game on my phone.
Sounds like a lie.
Around 11 o'clock in the evening, my wife woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. She took a sleeping
So
pill.
she has
As for
sleeping
me, I
pills.
went to bed soon after that and slept straight through until morning.
So why do so many people have sleeping pills on this? People have sleeping pills on this train. That is weird.
Have you ever been to the United States?
I was posted to the Hungarian embassy in Washington for a year.
You knew perhaps the Armstrong family.
Armstrong? It is difficult to recall. One meets so many people.
I don't buy it.
It was the kidnapping of a child, a very sad affair. The culprit was the man on this train who called himself Ratchet, the one who was murdered last night.
Indeed. It sounds like justice finally caught up with him.
Thank you for your time. Now, I'd like to speak to your wife,
does mind.
if you don't mind.
It's impossible. As I told you, my wife is very ill. Thank you.
does she
And
have?
good luck with the investigation.
All I know is she's afraid of trains. She said that to him.
Eh bien, the good count does not appear to want me to talk to his wife.
Yeah, that is suspicious. But so far everybody is. There's not one person, well, that cook, that lady. I think she's the only one so far that's innocent, maybe. And maybe Mr. Michel, the conductor. Or whatever he is. Do I need to speak with you?
Madame Hubbard, may I ask you a question or two? It won't take long.
Anything I can do to help?
Really, I didn't expect her to be so nice.
Have you misplaced a handkerchief recently?
No, I don't think so. Why?
We found a handkerchief embroidered with the letter H, so I thought it might have been yours.
I'm sorry, but it's not. It may belong to Miss Schmidt, Princess Dragomirov's lady's maid. I believe her first name is Hildegard.
It is a possibility. Anyone could be lying, of course. I thank you, madame.
So he suspects she's lying. But didn't I already ask her this? And she said something like, "It isn't mine," or something like that. I remember asking her. That is weird. Why does the game do that 2 times? Is it to refresh your memory? 203, who's that? Apparently nobody. Is this my room? Yes, here's all my mustache stuff. Isn't it? No, I don't remember. Who's in 203? Isn't that... Where am I? 201. There's a mustache.
Haha! Golden mustache.
That's why I could go here. Because there's no one here. Alright, next one. So I don't have to look at the... Why are you stop talking? Don't have to look at the mustaches anymore. Who are you?
Hello. Can I do something for you?
You
Hello,
can.
Monsieur Hardman, I believe. You have heard of the murder?
Cyrus Hardman. Yes, and the fact that there's been a murder is all over the train.
You do not seem very concerned about it, monsieur.
He
It's
does
not the first murder I've run across.
I
a
had no
detective?
idea the selling of toys was so dangerous. I did overhear you mention at dinner that this is your profession.
Toy salesman is a cover.
I knew it.
I'm a private detective, just like you, from the U.S.
Another detective. So do you also know Mrs. Locke? American private detective. I think he would be 55. Although he does look quite young to be 55.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Let's start at the top.
I did not expect to find another detective on this train.
I just finished a job in Istanbul when I received an email from Ratchet. He hired me to protect him.
Something you failed to do.
I'm not happy about that. He'd received some threatening letters. I was supposed to watch his back, and yeah, something I failed to do. But he seemed
Did
to
you
think
really,
he was
though?
in more danger when he left the train.
He was traveling to Paris?
I assume so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Can anyone on this train confirm your identity?
Yeah, that
Probably not.
McQueen kid.
Oh,
Ratchet's secretary.
alrighty. Are we gonna go to Paris? Because I would like to, because Paris is very beautiful.
Were you on duty last night?
You bet. I kept my door open a crack and I watched all night. No one entered that car who didn't belong there.
Did Did you see anything in particular?
The conductor, Michelle. He was there most of the time, too, except for 15 minutes or so after we left Vinkovsky. He must have answered a call from Ratchet's room. Then he was absent again for a while around 1 a.m. After that, he didn't move until 5.
Why was he absent so much? Did I know that already? I don't think I did.
Monsieur Ardman, have you heard of the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The kidnapping 3 or 4 years ago? Who hasn't? Why?
Ratchet's real name was Cassetti. I have reason to believe he was the kidnapper.
What? He killed that little girl? No, I didn't know. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken the job.
This seems like the first honest response to me, but then again, they are kind of drawn. Not really, well, maybe they are real people, actors, because in newer games they do use actors. But still, that seemed like a real response to me, the first one.
Do you have any idea who was behind the threatening letters?
I don't know his name, but Ratchet told me he was a small man. Dark hair, with a womanish kind of voice.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Maybe it was a woman who was dressed up.
Is this handkerchief embroidered with an H yours?
Do I look like the kind of guy who would use a handkerchief like that?
It's kind of my fault.
Thank you for answering my questions, Monsieur Ardman.
Listen, Poirot, I know I fell down on the job, but if you need help, any at all, let me know. I'd like to make it right.
Not sure what you can do since you failed at your first job. And also I'm thinking if a guy owned that handkerchief, which looks very feminine, they would probably never admit to it. And look at his phone.
Oh, it has been a while since I have seen one of those.
It's a BlackBerry, isn't it? So does he mean that that's an older kind of phone? And why is that interesting to know? That he is old-fashioned or not that rich? I don't know. Oh, book is standing there. That's funny. I'm just gonna go to all the rooms.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
Very well,
Princess.
madam. I'll come back later. But you will need to speak to me.
I agree, no matter how important you are. 106 isn't important. Book is standing here.
So, my friend, have you finished your
He
investigation?
keeps asking
No,
this.
but I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Okay. I stay here to watch this young lady.
You do that. Kinda impatient he is. But the doctor was gonna take a break. He's still here.
Excuse me, Doctor. May I ask you a question?
Oh, that's
Anything
why.
that can help the investigation, Mr. Poirot.
The handkerchief.
I wanted to know what your first name is, Doctor.
My name is Robert. Why?
To find out if the handkerchief embroidered with an H could have been yours.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Poirot. Cloth handkerchiefs are a playground for viruses. I would not touch one.
Well, I believe that. I do. Also because the handkerchief is very fancy, so I think it belongs to someone with a lot of money. Or a fancy background.
I hope your investigation is going well, Mr. Poirot.
I don't believe you hope that. Who's the 102? Oh, you are.
Ah, Monsieur McQueen, may I ask you a question?
Anything I can do to help, Mr. Poirot?
Didn't he need to corroborate the alibi of that detective, or was that the other guy? The other assistant.
This handkerchief embroidered with an H. Is it yours?
No, I don't use cloth handkerchiefs.
I believe that, I
Thank
do.
you. I won't bother you anymore.
I guess Poirot has to dot all the I's, or how do you say it? But I don't think it belongs to a guy. But I could be wrong. Alright, so that is every room. Where would the other people be that I need to speak to? The Countess, but she doesn't want to speak to me. I must find a way. What does that mean? That's the countess I need to speak to get this. Oh, who did I miss? Mr. Mori. I need to speak to the chef, so I need to go back. Alright, let's do that. How to speak to the countess? I don't know that. Where is she? Why does he keep stopping here? He keeps doing that. Is there something in my room I need? Is there something on the floor that I missed? I don't know why he keeps doing that. That's so weird. But is that because there was a mustache here? I don't know. He does it again. Is the game messing up? I don't know. It's weird. I'm not doing it, I swear. So this is where the countess is. Oh no. Oh, this is... Oh, I thought he meant the princess, the other one. Why don't I ask for his help?
Monsieur, if I am to catch this murderer, I will need your help.
My help? I am at your service, Poirot.
You love your wife, you protect your wife. How do I convince him? Protect?
You are very protective of your wife, Count Andrény.
Does that surprise you? Her vertigo can be very dangerous.
I believe there are many kinds of vertigo.
If you don't mind, I'd rather talk to a doctor, not a detective. If you'd excuse me.
So do I need to send a doctor this way? Could that be it? Let's try again, can we? He keeps opening up for me. So ask for his help.
Monsieur,
was right.
if I am to catch...
My help?
And you love?
You are obviously a devoted husband, Count Andrény.
My wife means the world to me. There were questions in Budapest about a Hungarian diplomat marrying an American woman.
It did not deter you.
I would have given up my position for her. I would think it is universal. Are you married, Mr. Poirot?
No, I fear marriage is not for me. But her condition, is it very grave?
She is suffering a bout of vertigo. You understand? The room spins.
Let's offer the doctor's help. What, offer his help? What does that even mean?
I think Dr. Constantine could help your wife.
There is a doctor on this train? I did not know. Where is this doctor?
You should go get him.
I think Dr. Constantine is in the lounge car.
He's
if
not.
Perhaps the conductor can tell you where he is.
Very well, I will find him. Thank you very much.
That was easy. Just a little white lie. Now I can speak to her.
Forgive me for intruding, madame. I am Hercule Poirot.
I know who you are, Mr. Poirot. I overheard you send my husband on a wild goose chase.
Your husband cares for you greatly, madame. I apologize for exploiting that fact. But the situation is urgent, and I need to ask you a few questions.
Apology accepted. I realize you must speak to everyone. This horrendous murder. It's very upsetting.
That is a beautiful music box.
Please don't touch the music box. It's a fragile family heirloom.
Your accent, is it American? Boston, perhaps?
You have a good ear, Mr. Poirot. Yes. Born and raised in what we call the Back Bay.
Are you in the diplomatic service like your husband?
No, not officially. I was still in college when I met Rudy 2 years ago. I keep myself busy handling his scheduling, travel, appointments.
Ah, what is the saying? Behind every great man there is a great woman.
That was the saying. Today one might reverse the sentiment as well, don't you think?
Of course, I stand corrected.
So she is American because she's from Boston. She is no profession, I guess. Would she be 39? 21, I don't know. That seems very young to me though.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Well, maybe she is. Yes.
That was easy.
It was not. Handkerchief, let's ask that.
A handkerchief embroidered with an H was found at the crime scene. By any chance, does your first name begin with an H?
No, my first name is Elena, with an E.
So that's completed, but also if you ask it like that, people could lie very easily.
Can you tell me what you did last night?
Well, my husband and I went to dinner. Then we came back here. We went to bed around 10 o'clock. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, because of the shaking of the train. I suffer from vertigo. I finally took a sleeping pill, and that did the trick.
When did the train's motion prevent you from sleeping?
Between midnight and 2 a.m. I know because I must have looked at my watch about 10 times.
I see.
That is the time of the murder. Confrontation. Oh, what is she lying about? The shaking of the train. Oh, the train stopped working at that time.
Come now, Countess. You are not telling me the truth.
Why do you say that?
The train stopped.
The train stopped at 12:30 a.m. due to snow. So there was no shaking of the train. But you told me that it was the shaking that prevented you from sleeping.
I don't know, you're confusing me. My vertigo.
Madame,
right.
a man died last night. You can't talk nonsense just because you're sick. You are hiding something from me.
That she is.
How dare you? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to find my husband.
Yeah, so I can look around. That's convenient. Let's take a look at the room.
That was unkind, I know, but my strategy worked. I can now inspect this room in peace.
Smart thinking. So she says, don't touch the music box. Should we touch it? I think we should. Is this a puzzle? Turn.
There seems to be something missing here.
Maybe a lever or something. There's a dance in there. So I need to know which symbols there need to be here.
It's closed.
Or maybe these ones. But I don't have them, do I? I have a bird, a rose, and a petal. So I don't think I have enough information to open this. Oh wait, there's a bird here, a petal here, and a rose here. Would that mean petal, rose, bird maybe? Let's try that. Petal, rose, bird. That's wrong.
It's closed.
Because I was thinking this is maybe the left, this is the middle, and this is the right one. Oh wait, there's something here. Oh no, it's this. The petal needs to be in the middle and the rose on the left. What did I do? Rose, petal. This is it. What's this? This is what I need. Take. Now I can put the crank here and turn it on. I'm going really fast. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Am I supposed to know when to stop it? I don't know this. Maybe I should look around some more. In the room. Maybe this book. Great Gatsby. Scott Fitzgerald is a very famous story. But why can I look at it? Does it need to be that music from that movie? I don't know. Also, this is a very big room. Right there. So I guess it matters who you are apparently, because Reggie's room was big, Mrs. Hubbard's room is big, but mine is not. But also mine was free, so... Jewelry? Why can I look at this? I don't know. And oops, I think sleeping pills.
These must be the sleeping pills that Countess Andreni took last night.
20 pills. But Richard also had sleeping pills. Is that a coincidence then? I don't believe in coincidences in games like this. Alright, so I have to do this puzzle without finding different stuff. Let's see if I missed something. I don't think I did, but... Oh wait, the symbols here too. But I can't see them when I'm turning this thing. I think I need to look at the dots. This is what happens when you play too hastily. You messed up. Because if we go back and take a good look at the drawer where the crank was, we see the dot pattern we need. But I did not figure that out. Instead, I did this, which also worked in the end. Give me a hint. Space. Yeah, but I already know this one. What does that mean? This is not a hint, this is giving the answer. Back. Another one. Inspect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, but I want to know why this is the right answer. Why won't you tell me that? So I just need to do this. Choose this one. So it's 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, it's this one. Alright. Just guessed it. What now? Oh. Do I need to guess the position? I don't know that. Oh, that's it, apparently. That was a guess. A necklace? Or something?
An engraving written in, I believe, Russian Cyrillic. It looks like a first name.
Starting with an H. See? So it could be her handkerchief. It also would fit her very well because she's kind of fancy. I'm not done apparently looking at this. What else is there? Picture. This is hers.
Countess Andreni with an older girl.
Helena. See, she said it's Elena, but it's not.
For my beautiful young ladies, Helena and Sonia. Helena with an H.
Yes, liar, liar.
Poirot! Have you no shame?
I do not. You need to tell the truth.
Monsieur, I am afraid shame is not a very helpful emotion for a detective trying to get at the truth.
True
What
that.
are you doing in our compartment?
I am investigating a murder, Count Andreni.
My wife is ill.
My apologies, monsieur, but your wife seemed in perfect health when she left the room to find
True
you.
that.
I do apologize, but I needed to search your compartment.
You will regret this, Poirot.
Please,
Got it.
Count. You aren't going to challenge me to a duel, are you? Countess, I'm afraid I took the liberty of inspecting your little music box.
How dare you?
The message in the medallion was addressed to you and Sonia. Sonia Armstrong.
Armstrong?
Your older sister? The mother of Daisy, the murdered child.
Interesting. Tell us the truth.
I am a Hungarian diplomat. You have no official standing here. You have no right to search.
No, Rudolph. Let me speak. It's useless to deny what this gentleman says.
It is.
I am Helena Goldenberg, the sister of Sonia Armstrong, and Daisy was my niece. The music box is a gift from my sister's godmother, a very close friend to my mother. We hid the truth from you when we learned that the man killed last night was the person who destroyed my family. I panicked. I didn't want to be accused.
That is also why you lied about the H in your first name?
So it is
Exactly.
hers.
Your ferreting about looking for the H is obviously part of your investigation.
If I found a handkerchief in Monsieur Ratchet's room embroidered with an H, I might suspect you had been there.
A handkerchief? I don't have any handkerchiefs embroidered with my initial.
None
To be
anymore.
honest, that sounds awfully old-fashioned to me.
I give you my word of honor that last night
Helena never left her compartment. My wife is telling you the truth, Poirot.
I hope so. I'll let you rest. The matter of the H on the handkerchief still needs clearing up. But first I should check the inscription on the back of the medallion.
What do you mean, you took it? That's not nice. It's not yours. So I have it somewhere. Or do I just remember it? Translation. Use Poirot's knowledge of Russian to translate this engraving. He also knows Russian? Well, the first one is an H, that I'm sure. Or is it an N? This looks like an A to me, this looks like a T. What is that? Also an A? Maybe this one? This looks like an N to me.
Natalia. Would it be Natalia Dragomirov? She is the only Russian passenger on the train. In addition, her first name begins with an H in Cyrillic.
That is weird, but why does she have that then? So that's the Princess Dragomirov he's talking about, that with the assistant who doesn't want to speak to me. So now I can interrogate her maybe, because I have what I said, found something that she needs to clear up. Princess Dragomirov is Daisy's godmother. Right. Thanks to the medallion I found in Countess Adrenyi's music box, I was able to discover that Miss Dragomirov is Daisy's godmother. Alright. So this is kind of in line with the original story. I don't know if you know that one. I don't... Which way do I need to go? But if you've seen the most recent one with what's his name? I forgot his name. Famous actor. They follow the original storyline from the book that Agatha Christie wrote. So then you would probably already know what is gonna happen. I don't know if I need to go here. No, I do not. I don't know where the princess is, to be honest. That's what she was here. And I wanted to tell an entirely long story and I totally lost track. So in the original story, a lot of people on the train are connected to the Armstrong case, as you have just seen. So we've just found out, and the original story I found very confusing to keep track of who's who and how they are connected. Is she here?
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
I'm sorry, madam, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me. I cannot speak to you just now.
Why not?
Madam, I know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Come in,
changes
please.
things.
Please forgive my intrusion, madam, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
You do that.
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
What do you mean? You already spoke to her on the train. So what I wanted to say, this is the godmother of Daisy Armstrong, the girl who was kidnapped. And then we have the Adrenyes, who are not called the Adrenyes at all. At least she isn't. She's also an Armstrong. She is the sister of the mother that was pregnant and had a miscarriage and died during the miscarriage. So that is how these two are related. She's Russian, of a museum, I believe. Would she be 85? That's very old. Probably not.
This is wrong.
Oh.
But I'm never far from the truth.
Maybe she is then? Yes. She looks younger to me.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Apparently I'm not very good at guessing ages.
I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I awoke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffered from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m. to give me a massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see.
Took you an hour to fall asleep? That's a long time. So that is an alibi. Mrs. Smith is an alibi, but that was kinda to be expected.
The first initial of your first name, Natalia, in the Cyrillic alphabet looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
I'm Russian, Monsieur Poirot, and I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
This handkerchief is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
It was found in Monsieur Ratchet's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief?
That is
She must have
suspicious.
known it was yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal. Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It
I
is
agree.
all I am able to give you.
I don't know about that. Well, to be truthful, if she did kill him and she lost that handkerchief by accident, which seems like something someone wouldn't do on purpose, she is technically telling the truth. She's just not confessing to the murder yet.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomirov, I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only an admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Very well. But this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case. Elena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Ratchet.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to summarize.
Please do.
Do I have a choice?
No.
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train. Second coincidence, your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third coincidence, one of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person.
How do you know that?
You are left-handed. That is a lot of coincidences, Princess Dragomirov.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man? With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the middle of the night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices.
I agree.
And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
The fantasies or truth? But I don't want to go, I want to look around. Can I not? I'm having a lot of objectives. What's this? Oh, this is a bird.
Привет!
That means private, I think. Why does the bird not give her away, though? That would be funny. Let's look at our note. Cross-checking new alibis. Who are the people whose alibis match? So these two match? Does she match with Smith? I don't know that. Who was speaking with who? He had the toothache. So these two?
No, not good.
Why not? Who am I wrong about? Was he complaining about the toothache? Is it like this? Alright, so it is.
That was easy.
Look at this. What a lot of things I've already uncovered or thought about. Report to book. That's what I need to do. Alright, so that's maybe the end of this chapter already. So what do we know right now? Because I want to summarize a bit too, just to keep myself on my toes and to understand stuff. So let's go over the characters. We have Joanna. She's a detective that was on the Armstrong case. She is not connected to the murder because she is not in the original books, and the game creators invented her to give the game a little of an extra dimension. We have Book. I don't believe he's guilty too because he is just the director of the train and he wants to find the murderer. The doctor, I don't know about him. He's kind of suspicious a little, but not that much, but a little though. She has an affair with Arbuthnot, and they are trying to keep that a secret, but we don't know why. But they could also be lying about who they are. He is the one who was murdered. Mrs. Hubbard is definitely lying about something. I don't know why, but she is very, very suspicious to me. This is the godmother of Daisy, so she has a clear motive, and it is a handkerchief. These two, well, at least she is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the mother of Daisy. So they are suspicious. He has a very fake Italian accent, if you ask me, so I do not trust him either. He is a controller on the train. I don't know about him though, but he did disappear a couple of times apparently during the night. Who told me that? Someone did. The detective, I think. He did. So that, should we not check that with him, or did we already know that? I don't know. He's just an arrogant chef, I think. He's just a bartender and she's just a cook. He is a detective or private investigator who's undercover, who was assigned to protect Ratchet, but obviously he failed. And he wants to help me out, but I don't know about him. I think it's weird. He is an assistant of Mr. Ratchet. Don't have a reason to suspect him yet, but also not a reason to say he's innocent, and the same applies to him, although he did not want to speak to me because he was whining about his toothache, I think, so that's kind of suspicious. She has a very weird voice, but that's all that's weird about her, or suspicious. And this is the assistant to Mrs. Dragomir, who at least lied to us that she did not recognize the handkerchief. Oh, and also, was that her who lied about the rope, the red rope she saw, that she said, it's not mine? So whose is it then? So, and she was also giving her an alibi, and she said that she got out of bed. So they too are lying. So basically everybody's lying, except for the staff. And then we have the Armstrong family, and this is Ratchet also. Who kinda, now that I look at it, you can kinda tell it's him. Because when I first saw him, I was like, he looks familiar. He does have a fake nose though. And I thought it was the colonel, the father, but no, they look very different. But I did recognize him, so that's because I saw Ratchet before. So that's the same person. So anyway, let's give our findings to Monsieur Bouc, and let's see what he thinks of all this.
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
And the
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
Oh right, I also figured out the watch, that's true.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes, Book. What are the odds, do you think?
Very low.
But I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchet over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis.
Yeah, but to be fair, the alibis are given to them by people that are very close to them. They could easily lie.
I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
That's true.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
Is she gonna tell us the rest of the story? She might.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke.
What am I gonna say? I don't know.
Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
I do.
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
It's not impossible. In the very least, you are in the way, or a stranger they do not know. A wild card? They could drug you for that reason. Choose the 2 most likely suspects. So that's Mrs. Smith. And who? I don't know that. Michelle? Would he? 2? What? It's her, isn't it? Is it this?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. Fräulein Schmidt or Monsieur Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
So it is Mr.
Fräulein
Michel.
Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only 2 people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
Interesting. Finish chapter 6. Thank you for watching. Curious what happens next? Subscribe to my page so you don't miss anything.